Yes, people, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another match preview. The big one tomorrow night at Old Trafford, Man United versus Chelsea. The Blues looking for a first win at Old Trafford since 2013, 10 years. Last time we won there, Juan Mata scored the winning goal in the 87th minute. So it's well overdue a performance and a win there. No win against United since 2017 in the league either. Alvaro Morata's header the last time we actually won against them in the league. So you could say that, you know, they're a bogey side for us, really. They really are. I don't know why. It doesn't matter how shit they are. It doesn't matter how good we are. Over the years, we've gone to play them and we can't seem to get the job done. It's the most drawn fixture in Premier League history. 26 games. 19 have been score draws. While a 1-1 draw between these sides is the most common exact result in the competition. 14 times out of 26 games has been a 1-1 draw. And it's 26 of those, 26 games between the sides draws, 14 of those draws 1-1. So if you're a betting person, you probably go with a 1-1 tomorrow. But there's lots to get into as always, guys. Selection issues, form, everything that's going on at United. Can Chelsea finally end the Old Trafford curse? There's still no Christopher Nkunku, no Romeo Lavia. Ugochukwu and Noni Madueke have now joined the injury list as well. We've got 10 players out tomorrow. 9 of those first teamers. Pochettino saying in the press conference that a lot of academy players are going to be in the squad on the bench. So I don't expect us to have that many options available from the bench. Yes, Reece James and Cucurella are both back from suspension, which is a big plus. But yeah, in terms of midfield options on the bench, no Gallagher, no Ugochukwu. There's no options on the bench there. So yeah, the starting 11 are going to have to, do their best to get the job done. It's really important that we do get the job done. It really is as simple as that, guys. I think for me, there's no excuses to be losing this game. Literally none. United are absolutely horrendous. You've got leaks coming out of the club now that the Ten Hag's lost up to 50% of the dressing room. The players don't like his methods. They don't like what he's doing. United are awful. They've played well once this season, second half against Everton. You can maybe give them the Everton game. Other than that, they've been absolutely horrendous in every game they've played. They've just found a way to scrape a few results together. And I think they are about to be exposed. They're about to be exposed, in my opinion. Obviously got dominated by Newcastle. Hopefully we can get the job done, put one of the final nails into Erik ten Hag's coffin. But look, despite saying all that, despite, the form United and everything that's going on at the club and how shit they are right now, this has not been a happy hunting ground for us. So it's still going to be a difficult task. But yeah, people, big up everyone that's in the chat. Smash the likes. Make sure you subscribe to the channel as well. If you are new around here, there's no excuses not to be subscribing, guys. A lot of people that watch the content aren't subscribed, which doesn't make sense to me. It's free and it takes seconds, so please do subscribe. And more importantly as well, people, make sure you are smashing the like button as well. We need to hit 50 likes minimum on this stream tonight, guys. We're on 12 already, so let's get those likes up, people. No excuses not to be smashing those likes. What we've got going on in the chat first, and then we'll dive into things in a little bit more detail. I hope you beat that Finnish club United. They're there for the taking. They absolutely are. Mudryk, Cole Palmer is 10. Yeah. We'll get into the lineup later. Oh, we've got our resident Man United fan in the chat for some trolling. Fantastic. Yeah, well, let's wait and see. We'll see who's laughing tomorrow night. So, yeah, I expect that if we win, when I do the match reaction on Thursday, that you'll be in the chat, still giving it some or not. Maybe not. What else have we got going on here? United counters and set pieces are their only strength. Yeah, look, despite their attack being shit, they have got pace on the counter attack, and that's something we absolutely have to be wary of. They've got big guys at the back, set pieces. We haven't defended set pieces particularly well in recent weeks. We seem to leave people with free headers and stuff like that, which is not ideal. So we're going to have to be on one there. Yeah, big up Nick. Hope you're doing good, brother. Yeah. We need this. Look, this is as good a chance as any we're going to get to end the Old Trafford curse. As good a chance as any. It really is. If we can't do it this season, then when are we going to do it? Like, if we don't do it tomorrow, it's probably going to come at a time when we least expect it to. But this is definitely one of our best chances, if not our best chance, to end this Old Trafford hoodoo. We absolutely have to. Major issue, Caicedo and Enzo cannot keep playing 90 minutes. No, that is true. We are going to need some rotation. Unfortunately, tomorrow there is going to be no rotation. Enzo is one booking away from a suspension. So you would imagine if he gets booked tomorrow, he misses Everton, or if he can get through tomorrow without being booked, get booked against Everton potentially, and then miss the Sheffield United game. That would be more preferable. But yeah, Enzo and Caicedo are going to have to play the 90 minutes tomorrow. And then we see what happens against Everton. Gallagher will be back. Who knows what's going to happen with the other injuries? We have to wait and see. But yeah, look, it's not ideal. We need rotational options at this busy time, and the injury list seems to be going through the roof again, which is majorly frustrating. Yeah, Onana in goal wouldn't fill me with confidence at all as a United fan. I think in this game we're going to need to make sure that we're shooting perhaps more regularly than we do, get our shots on target, and you just never know what's going to happen. It could be spilt into a dangerous area, could fumble it into the net. I think this is a game that maybe we need to take advantage and put as many balls towards the goalkeeper as possible. Really whip the corners in towards him, free kicks, etc. Just make him do as much work as possible, because there have been a lot of mistakes from Onana this season. No denying that whatsoever. King Mo, big yourself up, brother. I hope you're good. People are so patient with Arteta for 6 years. Tuchel beat Man City 3 times in 6 months. Yeah, he did. Sheffield United was first manager sacked. Yep. So just in time for maybe a new manager bounce in time for their trip to Stamford Bridge. Hopefully not, but yeah, you couldn't make this up. No, Reece James is back from suspension, so Reece James will go straight in at right back, captain's armband on, and after letting us down against Newcastle, he needs to step up with a big performance tomorrow night. Simple as that for me. Bro, I'm going to get into that. I'm going to get into that now. We need Lavia back quickly, so Enzo and Caicedo need rest. Yep, but let's dive into them, people. Let's go. Let's look at the injuries then to begin with, because I thought things were getting better, and things were getting better, but then you get the news today. The following injury update was provided on the club website. Lavia and Nkunku still progressing with the reconditioning phase of their rehab. Chalobah still out. Chilwell still out. Chukwuemeka still out as well. I mean, what on earth has happened to Chukwuemeka? Second game of the season against West Ham, got injured. Initially was meant to be out for a month. This was back in August, and it's December now, and he's still not back. This setback must have been 10 times worse than his original injury. We know obviously without Fofana, Gusto still injured. And then, I don't know how this has happened, but Ugachukwu and Madueke have now been added to the injury list. I don't know what's happened. Ugachukwu wasn't on the bench against Brighton, so obviously something's happened in training before the Brighton game, whether that was on the Thursday or the Friday. Madueke, I'm pretty sure, was on the bench, but he didn't come on and he didn't play. So I'm not really sure. What's happened to him. I really don't know what's happened to him. It's a strange one. It is an odd one, but it's annoying now because we need options. I'm not saying that Madueke or Ugachukwu would have started this game, but they certainly could have been decent options to have from the bench, and now we don't have those. The bench is going to be filled with youth, with basically players from the academy. There'll be a couple of first team players on there and around there. Obviously, you might have Cucurella or Colwell or Disasi on the bench. Obviously, Martson. And then outside of that, there's not going to be too much else in the way of senior players on the bench. So it is a lot of emphasis is going to be on the starting 11 to get the job done. Silva's not going to be long. There's nothing really going to be long term about Silva. Unfortunately, I wouldn't be surprised. He's probably got this season, maybe one more season, and then he's that'll be the max. So this season's not his last season. Then the next season, will absolutely be his last one. But it's gonna be interesting to see how we manage it. Badiashile, what, as captain? Do you mean? Madueke is frustrating, Madueke, because there's talent there, but then at the same time, he's not really getting much of an opportunity, and then he keeps picking up these little knocks here and there, which really aren't helping his cause. You can get injured. Yeah, no, you absolutely can. Yeah, for sure, you can. I don't know why we seem to be picking up so many injuries. It's really frustrating. We've got to tell Mudryk to drift inside and take more shots. Agreed. When Gusto comes out from injury, look, James's minutes will be managed. But look, I think he's getting back to his best, 100%. But yeah, Gusto is going to be a very, very important player for us. Madueke injury prone since PSV. Yeah, possibly. Thiago likely to retire with Chelsea. Yeah, if he doesn't go back to Fluminense, then you would expect him to retire at Chelsea potentially. If that is the case. Just as well, we have all these injuries. The squad would be pretty bloated without them. Well, no, but not really. I mean, you need options on the bench. The squad size is fine. We just haven't got any options on the bench. If you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8 of those players are all first team players that would either be starting or on the bench. That makes a big difference. That fills our bench out very nicely after that with good options. Yeah, look, there's certainly a possibility, but I think whilst Reece James is captain, whilst Reece James is at the club, he will be the captain unless something drastic changes. So look, I think Badiashile could certainly be a captain at some point potentially, but as long as Reece James at the club, I don't see that changing. I don't think we will see Nkunku for Everton game on Sunday. No, I don't think we will either. I don't think we see him until Sheffield United at the earliest. I really don't. I think we'll smash United tomorrow. They're all over the gaff at the moment. Bro, I hope so. I hope so. But yeah, that's not ideal at all. Those extra 2 names on the injury list. And Christopher Nkunku still not back from injury. He's been doing some training and stuff, but he's not back. Pochettino saying in the press conference today, he ruled him out saying he won't play, hopefully soon, but he won't be involved tomorrow. We need to be careful. When he's ready, he'll be with the squad. Now, look, I think it's clear that Chelsea are being very cautious with players. And absolutely, we don't want to rush Nkunku back and then in the first 1 or 2 games, he gets injured and then we're back to square one again. I'd rather us be a little bit overcautious and take a little bit longer time with it to make sure that there's no sort of setbacks or anything like that than rush him back and we suffer a setback in the first 1 or 2 games that he plays. It's clear the club are being overly cautious. I'm glad that we're taking a more cautious approach to things and we're not rushing players back. I think that's also down to how we've potentially sort of looked to build the squad. We're not in a position where we desperately need to rush these players back. Yes, Nkunku will be a big plus, but yes, Reece James coming back was a big plus. But because we've got players that are performing capably in their absence, the absence of those players isn't felt as greatly as it has been in the past, which means we can obviously take a bit more of a cautious approach with these players. But having said that, it is frustrating. It feels like Nkunku's been close for ages. I mean, the Newcastle game was one that was originally targeted for his return. That didn't happen. Then obviously the week after the Brighton game just gone, that didn't happen either. United's not going to happen. I don't think much is going to change between United tomorrow and Everton on Sunday for Nkunku to be involved in the squad. What else we got here? I disagree. Realistically, Nkunku will be the only dead cert starter. No, look, dead cert starter. I mean, I think Chilwell probably is a dead cert starter at left back, if we're being brutally honest. But look, they're all first team players that are either in and around or on the bench, which makes a difference to the team, makes a difference in games. We don't have to choose between Sterling and Mudryk. We need to frame a team with Mudryk, Sterling. Yeah, look, Mudryk, Sterling, and Palmer, I think will all play tomorrow. And that would be the idea, to try and get those kind of guys, all playing in the same team. But yeah, it's not always going to happen. But when it does happen, I think it definitely is a good thing. Did he set back from it? No, I don't think so. There was something on Twitter saying that he'd taken a slight knock on his ankle, nothing major, and he's still and his rehab is still on track. I don't know how true that is. Reece and Cucurella both back. Yep. Ramsdale, De Gea in January, none. But if I had to take one, I'd probably take Ramsdale. Poch keep winding us up, says winning. Yeah, it feels like he's been ready for ages, but he's obviously not ready. Romeo Lavia still not ready either. It's frustrating. It does mean that we lack options tomorrow going into the game, but I mean, there's not an awful lot that we can that we can do about that. Really, there really isn't. We're just going to have to go with what we've got. We've got look, we've got options, but what's funny as well is that you hear about a lot of other teams, well publicized, well covered in the media about your Newcastles, your Spurs, your Brightons, etc. With big injury lists. But when it comes to Chelsea, there doesn't seem to be any coverage about it. There seems to be an expectancy that we just crack on with it, and it's clear that we're disliked in the media. The club don't like us. I don't think they like how we've put the squad together and all this sort of thing. But there's such a different way of reporting injuries when it comes to Chelsea compared to other clubs that are going for a similar thing. We've had major injuries on and off all season. The last time I think we had a fully fit squad was probably 2 years ago. So, it's not great. It's not ideal. It's football. We make do, we crack on. But it's interesting that, there doesn't seem to be anywhere near as much any sympathy at all for Chelsea in regards to their injury issues. But then there seems to be a lot of sympathy for the likes of Newcastle, a lot of sympathy for the likes of Tottenham, for the likes of Brighton. But for some reason, when it comes to Chelsea, that sympathy absolutely isn't extended. So, yeah, and arguably, we are missing a lot of big names and have missed a lot of big names. Nkunku debut versus Sheffield United, it's inevitable. Maybe, let's hope so. But again, it'll be bench, and I don't think Nkunku will be ready to start games regularly until the middle of January. In my opinion. I think he'll definitely make a starting debut. No, absolutely not. And Nkunku will not be chucked straight in to start a game. He will be eased in, like Reece James was eased in. And like other players will be eased back in. Nkunku won't go straight in and start. No chance for me. Who do you think will be the next manager to be sacked in the Premier League? Well, I don't really know. Chelsea's the only club that posts. Yeah, no, we do. Look, I don't mind that. I think it's important to inform the fans on who's out and whatnot. I really don't mind that at all. Chelsea likely have big names. Yes. I don't know. I'm not too sure what it is, but you're absolutely right about it, Chelsea. The media don't like us. It's a sign we're coming back. We've always been hated, and the only time the media liked us or mentioned injuries was when for sure. Yeah, generally speaking. There's never much positive coverage of Chelsea. They always like to dig us out. But as I said, it's a sign that we're back. When the media start hating us, that's when you know that Chelsea are either back or are starting to come back. And I think we're potentially heading towards a point where that is currently happening. So, yeah, that is a good thing. Yes, Michael, big up, brother. Must win tomorrow. I absolutely agree. Yes, big up my guy. We must be careful not to fall for this United in crisis talk the media and some Chelsea content creators are pushing. We've not beat them at their worst. No, bro, I hear you. I feel reasonably confident going into this game, but I absolutely hear what you're saying. There's a reason why we've not won there for 10 years. There's something about playing them, something about going to Old Trafford, which doesn't really, for whatever reason, doesn't suit us, doesn't help us. I don't know what it is. I don't know why it is. But yeah, look, we've got to make sure that we don't just think this is going to be an easy game, an easy ride, despite everything that's going on at United and how shit they've been this season. This is still a tough game and a game that notoriously we don't do very well in. So we absolutely have got to change that narrative, have got to change that record. And tomorrow it has to start. Yeah, maybe. Let's see what happens when we get there. That's still quite a way away, so there's a lot of games to go until we get there. Yeah, no, bro, you would have to say that this, surely, you're not going to be able to find a better time to play Man United than the one that's going to be presented to us tomorrow. There's just no way, in my opinion. Yeah, Hodgson at Palace could be potentially one. Yeah, it's true. The women's team is very well liked by the media. I mean, I don't know what the answer is to all these questions, but yeah, it's clear that we're back. Frustrating Nkunku's missing, frustrating Lavia's still missing, frustrating that Ugochukwu and Noni Madueke have been added to the injury list. But it's about players stepping up. And Pochettino himself has actually got a reasonably good record at Old Trafford. If I just bring up his stats now, Pochettino has won 4 of his last 7 Premier League games against United, losing 3, having been winless in his first 6 beforehand. He has won just 1 of his 7 games at Old Trafford in the competition, though. Drawn 1, lost 5, though that was his last such visit in August 2018, a 3-0 win. So look, he's won 4 of his last 7 there, but hasn't won there since 2018. Look, it's a reasonable record there. It's certainly better than anything Chelsea have managed over the last 10 years. But look, let's be real. This is going to be tricky, people. This is going to be very, 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 very tricky. But do you know what? Like, all we can do is turn up and give it our best shot and hope that our best on the night is enough. If we play to our best, then for me, there's no chance that Man United beat us. If we play at our best and they play at their best, we win. Like that. That's just the reality for me. I just can't see a situation where if United played well, then if United played their best, which is not great, and we play our best, I just don't see a way in which we don't win that game. But football's not won on paper. You must pick points up tomorrow because I have no trust in this team against Everton. Yeah, the game against Everton is going to be a tough one as well, but we've got to worry about tomorrow night first, and then let's get to Everton on Sunday and see what happens. I don't know the answer to that. Hopefully, in the next couple of weeks, I wouldn't. He's not back for tomorrow. I wouldn't expect him to be back for Everton. I think the earliest we'll see him is Sheffield United. If not, then it may be Newcastle in the Cup or Palace after Christmas. You know, I think those are the sort of the 3 games we're going to be looking around in that period. But the referee adds another 15 minutes for Man United. Yeah, maybe so. Can't rule it out. We need to win. No, we absolutely need to win this game. We do need to win this game. And United are certainly there for the taking, people. By the way, guys, we are on 26 likes, just over halfway to the 50 likes minimum target. So, guys, if you're locked in now and you haven't smashed that like button, make sure you hit that like button. I'm sure there's plenty of you in here that haven't subscribed to the channel, haven't hit the like button. So what are you waiting for, guys? It's free. It takes seconds. Please, please, please smash that like button. It helps boost the content in the YouTube algorithm, gets more eyes on the channel, gets more subscribers, etc., and all that. So yeah, people, make sure you are smashing that like button. Let's run these likes up, people. It's free, it's simple, so please, please, please do that. What else have we got going on? No, all good, Amy. All good, all good. Hope the rest of work goes well and enjoy catching up later on. But yeah, guys, look, Poch's record decent at United. We're going into this game in decent form. And do you know what? Like, yes, the Newcastle game was really, really frustrating. But if you look at what we've done, is it 2-2 Luton? Is Luton Desmond? Surely not. Surely Luton is not Desmond. It can't be Desmond. It can't be Desmond, is it? Is it 2-2? Yeah, it is. It's 2-2. 2-2. Hopefully, Arsenal are going to drop points at Luton. Let's hope so. Nice. Good stuff, guys. Good stuff. Gallagher plays at our number 10, though he makes the formula tick versus bigger teams. Yeah, he's going to be a miss tomorrow for sure. Like, I wouldn't mind if we were playing a sort of just a standard side at home. Don't really necessarily need him as much in those games. But yeah, in these bigger games, he's definitely better. Our team has been so inconsistent this season, so I'm not speaking on how bad United are until we beat them. Yeah. No, I hear it. I'm afraid that his combative style just lacks efficiency in tackles. Set piece goal, yeah, header. But yeah, people, do you know what? Like, you look at Chelsea's last 4 games, and I know I know we got hammered by Newcastle, and that was unfortunate, and it was a dreadful, dreadful performance. But in the grand scheme of things, people do you know what? People gave us no chance whatsoever in this run of fixtures, and yet we've actually picked up some decent results. We have picked up some decent results. There's no denying it. You look at the games we've had, right? Starting from that, if you start from that Arsenal run, I'm going to bring it up on the screen now. So you start from that run against Arsenal, right? And people were giving us no chance in this run of games. But let's look what we've done, right? You go back to Arsenal in October. No one expected us to get anything there. We should have won that game. So we lose to Brentford. We beat Blackburn and whatnot. But then in this run here, when we've had Spurs, City, Newcastle, and Brighton, right, all in back-to-back games. If you said that we would have only lost one of those games, like we would have been laughed at. We would have been absolutely laughed at if you said that, oh, we're only going to lose one of those games. And to only lose one game with Spurs away, Newcastle away, and Man City at home, to only lose one of those, given sort of the form we were going into it in and how people were viewing us, we've done way better than anyone expected us to. And I just think people aren't really realising that we aren't in that bad form. We are in half decent form. Do you know what I mean? Like we're obviously unbeaten in our last, well, not unbeaten, sorry, but you know what I mean? One defeat in our last 4. And in 3 of those games, we've played Spurs, Man City, and Newcastle, 3 of the best sides in the division. So, like when you look at that run of fixtures, we've lost 2 games out of Arsenal, Brentford, Spurs, Newcastle, Man City, and Brighton. We've lost 2 of those matches from those 5. That isn't that bad. I know we've only won 2, but no, sorry, we've won 2 of those 6, right? 2 of each, right? Like, I don't actually think that's that bad. Yes, the Brentford one was really poor, but do you know what I mean? Like, it's not, like, we haven't done that badly. And I think, we've done a lot better than people thought we would have done. And I thought we were going to do all right in this, I thought we were going to do okay in this run. I don't think I expected us to do perhaps as well as we have done. But, to play Arsenal, Spurs, Arsenal, Spurs, City and Newcastle and only lose one of those games, I think that's pretty good going, given how people have been speaking about us as a side. I really do think that. I really do think that that's maybe the case. That's for me. I think we're doing better than people are giving us credit for. But yeah, look, now is the time. When you look at what's coming, this sort of tough run is coming to an end this week, really, with obviously with United and Everton. And then, you look at the fixtures coming up. It's Sheffield United at home. It's Newcastle in the Cup at home. It's Wolves away. It's Palace. And then it's Luton to kind of round out the year. So once we get through this week, if we can get through it, and it's still a big if we can get through it, right, with rounding it out with 3 wins, then I don't see why we can't pick up another 2 or 3 wins in the following 4 games. Sheffield United, Palace, Luton, and Wolves, like those are all very winnable games as well. All very winnable games as well. In January, I hope we push trying to make. Yeah, I hope so as well. Yeah, but I think we are 10th, but it's completely wrong to say that we're not much better than last season. We are miles better than last season. If people who can't see the improvements in the side from last season, the fact that we've got players that actually want to play for this football club, the fact that there's a style, there's an identity now, the amount of chances we create in games, we're actually scoring a lot more goals than we've scored over the last 12 to 18 months. We absolutely have improved in terms of league position. Yes, we're not where we want to be, but we will climb the table, and I still feel that, we can finish in the top 5 or 6 positions in the league. Like, this team is not as far away as a lot of Chelsea fans think, as a lot of rival fan thinks. Yeah, absolutely is a results game. And that is what's missing now, is picking up a consistent run of results. That is the big thing that we need to go and do. But what I am saying is, like, this team has definitely improved from last season. Yes, the league position might not show it right now, and we haven't picked up the results. We haven't. There's no escaping that. But we are a much better team than last season, and we're heading. We are absolutely heading in the right direction, in my opinion. But we do need to put the results on the board. We do need to start getting it done. So let's see what we can do. But this week is a big week for the club. It could be pivotal in terms of the season as well. But guys, still only 27 likes. Come on, people. Let's run it up. We need to get another 20 odd likes on the stream. No excuse not to be smashing that like button, guys. Come on, people. I know it's a little bit later than I normally go on. I know there's a game on right now as well, but I appreciate each and every single one of you in this. So if you could please run those likes up, it would be greatly appreciated. We need another 20 likes, people. Come on, 20 more likes. Let's get it done. Run them up. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here as well, guys. Keep supporting. Keep supporting. We all remember games like Brentford. This team is so inconsistent. Yeah, it is. It is inconsistent, but that's what you're going to get with a team of new players, with a team of young players. That is exactly what is going to happen, people. That's exactly what's going to happen. Yeah, the Newcastle game was dreadful, but do you know what? Like the Newcastle game now, you would look at it and you would look at that as an anomaly. You would look at it as an anomaly. Surely Luton haven't scored again, have they? Have Luton scored again? They have. Barkley. No, that's mad. That is mad. Although I'm not going to get carried away because we saw it with Liverpool and Fulham. Fulham were a goal up with 10 minutes left and they lost. Like you would still expect Arsenal to probably win this game. But yeah, that is mad. 3-2, Man like Ross Barkley, the Scouse Zidane people, the Scouse Zidane. The Newcastle game was poor, but you'd have to look at that. Given our last three, that actually, do you know what? That Newcastle game was a bit of an outlier, and we are in half decent form. So yeah, but like there's things to be positive about, but absolutely we have to now go on a run of wins. Simple as that. We have to go on a run of wins. Poch starting to make impressions in this team. Yeah, we absolutely look more organised. The discipline's a little bit of a problem that needs to be gotten on top of, but and conceding a lot of goals is not great either. Not comment about Everton game. We'll get there slowly. Mudryk going to run the show tomorrow. Nice big pitch up against Maguire. Let's hope so, brother. Let's hope so. Yes, big up to the Scouse Zidane getting the goal. I want to win a trophy this season. Yeah. Look, Carabao Cup is very, very attainable for us, and it's exactly what we need to be doing our utmost to win. Yeah, you would think so, mate. You would think so. Yeah, the conceding goals is an issue, but then again, if you look back at the majority of the goals we've conceded recently, not very many of them are down to, us being carved open. A lot of them are individual mistakes and poor marking from set pieces, just allowing people to have free headers in the box. So, yeah, I agree that we absolutely need to stop conceding so many goals, but I'm not worried about us defensively. We just need to maintain our concentration. What I'm more worried about is our general defending from set pieces, because that simply hasn't really been good enough, hasn't been up to scratch, and we are conceding far too many goals from set plays. I mean, yeah, that would be a Chelsea thing to do. That would be sort of the inconsistency you might expect from this side. I mean, look, we won their last season, opening day of the season, but generally speaking, we don't tend to fare that well when we go there. Yeah, FA Cup is doable as well, but Carabao Cup certainly easier for sure. Yeah, vintage Barkley. It had to be him, but yeah, people, I wouldn't get too carried away. It's still, yeah, it's 3-3 now already. Yeah, mad. Yeah, Havertz again. 3-3. Yeah, 3-3 is mad. Is it actually 3-3 now? Yeah, it is. I mean, look, it'll probably end up being 5-3 or something like that. It honestly will be. Fuck's sake. This is the thing. You can never rely on these teams down the bottom to hold their nerve. Yeah, fuck's sake. But yeah, people, look, we're in decent form, but now is the time to go and get the job done. It absolutely has to be. I think we can target. There's areas to target. A midfield battle, it shouldn't be a problem for us to dominate that midfield. We need to be targeting those fullbacks. We know that the likes of Rashford and Garnacho have got don't track back. I mean, Garnacho's work rate is better than Rashford's, but it's not exactly amazing. If it ends up being Anthony, we know he's not exactly renowned for his work rate defensively. So we can definitely target the fullbacks, target the mid. We need to win that midfield battle. It shouldn't be an issue winning that midfield battle, and then we just got to test Onana as often as possible, shoot more often, get more shots on target, all that good stuff. You know how it is. Yeah, I mean, this Havertz stuff is a joke, but he's having his 3 goals in 3 games. He's going on his little run where he makes everyone think he's a good player before reverting back to type. That is we've seen this before. We've seen this before. I'm not too worried about it. Guys, keep smashing that like button as well. By the way, 31 likes. We need to get this up past the 50 mark. So come on, people, let's get it done. It's free, it's simple, and it takes seconds. I don't want to keep mentioning it, but let's run those likes up, guys. No excuses not to be at 50 likes. I think Liverpool are looking better than City, to be honest. They just seem way more convincing. Look, City are still the team to beat. Yes, they're conceding a lot of goals, but teams are scoring 3s and 4s against them and not winning games, which goes to show how unbelievable their firepower is and how many goals are in that team. You normally think most teams, you can see 3 or 4, you're not winning, you're losing the game. But with Man City, with the firepower they've got, it's crazy, isn't it? They can concede 3s and 4s and still win, or even lose. Sorry, or even or they'll at least get a draw. It's definitely a mad one. It's definitely a mad one. But yeah, absolutely. Everyone says that Gordon is player match every match. Yeah. No, Gordon's doing very well, and this was a player that was linked with Chelsea, and that Chelsea fans were thinking, nah, no way, we don't want this guy. He's crap. He's actually looking like he's a very good player. For some reason, Cole and Mudryk work much better than Chile and Mudryk. Yeah, it does seem to, although I think Colwell's probably played the most with Mudryk due to Cucurella not being in the side and Chilwell constantly being injured. But yeah, look, I think, do you know what it is? I think why it works well, Colwell and Mudryk, is because Colwell doesn't really get forward that much like a normal fullback would, because he is a centre-half by trade. So yeah, look, you just look. I think that's probably why it works better. More space for Mudryk to do his thing, but there's no reason for me why Chile and Mudryk can't be a very good partnership. Once Chilwell gets himself back fit again, I think it absolutely can be. I think it absolutely can be. So let's wait and see what happens with that one. But yeah, let's have a look. I don't think so. Look, Gordon's doing well right now, but I think Mudryk has clearly got a lot more talent than Gordon and has got a much higher ceiling than Anthony Gordon. I think there's a chance if they both continue playing this well for the rest of the season, then they should both be in the squad. Simple as that. They should both be in the squad if they play as well. If they play as well as they have been right now for the rest of the season. But guys, let's get into the lineup. Let's get a little bit more tactical on tomorrow's game then. And you know what? With the injuries we've got and with the players that are missing, there's not really that many difficult decisions to be making for this lineup. As always, guys, make sure you get your lineups in the chat. Subscribe if you're new around here. Keep smashing that like button as well. It's really, really important, guys, that we run these likes up. No excuses not to be getting to 50 likes. I know there's a banging game on right now, and you're and you're obviously still locked in, which is fantastic. But yeah, people, come on, guys, run these likes up. There's no excuses. There's no excuses not to be getting to 50 likes. Let's get it done, guys. But in terms of like team selection, most of it pretty much picks itself. Obviously, big plus for Chelsea that Reece James is back from suspension. Cucurella also returns from suspension. Conor Gallagher is out through suspension after getting stupidly sent off. Hopefully, we can keep our discipline in this game and not have a situation like we did before. Let's hope we don't. Let's hope we don't have that. All to discuss is centre backs. Yeah. I would potentially agree with that. But look, Sanchez will start in goal. This is another massive game for Sanchez. I thought he did pretty well against Brighton. Yes, his distribution is still quite poor at times. He makes me feel very nervous when he's on the ball at the back and the opposition are closing down on him. That does make me feel nervous. But at the same time, I think he's done reasonably well for us this season. And you know what? Onana at the other end is I'd be far more worried about having Onana in goal than Robert Sanchez. And I don't think that's something we thought we'd be saying in the summer. But that's kind of how it's panned out so far. Need another good game from him. Need more good decision making. His shot stopping is actually pretty good. He's done that pretty well this season. It's just where it's been a problem is distribution and decision making. When to play out from the back and when to just hoof it long. So if he can improve that, then absolutely that's going to be that will be a major plus for us. It will be a massive major plus for us. But Sanchez in goal, Reece James comes back in, and we need a big performance from the captain. Obviously let us down by getting sent off against Newcastle. We need a big performance. Captain's armband back on. We need a huge performance from Reece James. There's no excuse not to be putting in a top level performance. He should be well rested because he missed the game at the weekend, so he's essentially had sort of about 10 days or so off. Let's see what we get from Reece. But yeah, it's time for him to step up, and he owes us a performance because of letting the side down with the red cards. It's a big game for him tomorrow. Reece James at right back. The decisions really are the difficult ones are kind of these next three positions because, a lot of people have been saying surely Thiago Silva is not going to start all three games in a week at his age. But if you were logically thinking about it, why would you rest him for Everton when there's then a week's break after that until Sheffield United? If you were going to rest Thiago Silva, you would be more inclined to rest him in this game tomorrow night. But I wouldn't feel comfortable. I wouldn't feel comfortable doing that. So it's going to be interesting. For me, Silva plays. For me, I would still be picking Thiago Silva. And I think Pochettino is going to pick him as well. The interesting one is where it is here. Right. Does Badiashile, who started the last two games, does Badiashile keep his place? Does Disasi come back inside to centre half? Or does Colwell go into centre half? Or does Colwell stay? At left back? These are interesting decisions that we have to make right now. Yes, brother, I will be at the game tomorrow night. So yeah, there'll be match vlog dropping after the game. Make sure you obviously stay tuned in for that, and then tomorrow, and then Thursday evening, then obviously be the match reaction as always, people. So yeah, I'll be at Old Trafford tomorrow. Hopefully, first time in 10 years, we will get a win. Obviously, we was up there last season. We got fucking hammered 4-1, which was poor. But yeah, I will be at the game tomorrow, brother. But yeah, for me, I would keep it the same. You want continuity with your defensive partnerships. It's not an area that you want to be rotating much. So yeah, for me, I would be going with Badiashile at the back as well. It's a little bit harsh on Disasi, and the part of me feels that Pochettino might still pick Disasi in some way or form. But for me, Silva and Badiashile, it's been the partnership for the last two games. Let's continue. I mean, look, this is a possibility as well. Disasi is Badia Shil has played a lot of football recently, a lot more than he's played over the last 4 or 5 months. Maybe he has a break and he comes back in for Everton. That's a possibility. But for me, you want continuity at the back, so I'd be sticking with Silva and Badia Shil. And then look, as well as Colwell has done at left back, he's not a left back. Against better wingers, it's a massive problem. We saw him get cut inside easily for Brighton's first goal. So, yeah, for me, Cucurella's done brilliant before getting suspended. For me, he comes back in and he starts. For me, I think it's a no-brainer. As harsh as it might sound on Colwell, Colwell isn't a left back. We've got a left back who's in good form in Cucurella. Why would you not play him? Why would you not play him? And despite Rashford or Garnacho not being in amazing form, I'd much rather have a proper fullback up against one of those guys than Colwell, because I think wingers know that they can expose Colwell. So I'm going for Cucurella at left back. But that's for me. This is where the main decisions lie within picking the team. This is where the main decisions lie. Who's going to play at centre back and who's going to play at left back? Those for me are the main issues. But that's what I that's what I go over at the back. The midfield, even if we wanted to make any changes, we can't. Ugachukwu injured, Gallagher suspended. So it is going to be, again, Enzo and Moises Caicedo in that pivot. And this is a big game. United's midfield is, you watch United this season, they've been terrible. The midfield is so easy to get through. But, you're looking at, what is it? Could be Kobe Mino, Scott McTominay in there, Bruno. It's crap. It's crap. Like, it's so easy to pass through. There's no real pressing there. Like Enzo and Caicedo should be dominating that midfield. Should be absolutely dominating it. Simple as that. And I think they will. But the problem is, though, like, they are going to be playing a lot of games. That's the reality. There's going to be a lot of games, a lot of minutes that they're going to be playing. I wonder if they can both start against United and can they both start against Everton? Maybe so. Maybe so. Yeah, potentially would have started Lavia in this game if he wasn't injured. I could absolutely see that. Could have seen that happening. But yeah, Enzo and Caicedo, that midfield battle is going to be. Yeah, look. Do you know what? This is going to be one of the very few times this season where we're going to see a lineup that a lot of people have wanted to see, but haven't been able to see as of yet, because Conor Gallagher has rightfully been in the side because he's been playing so well. But a lot of people have obviously been wanting to see the lineup that we're probably going to see tomorrow in terms of the pivot and the front four. For me, right-hand side, with Gallagher out and Nkunku still missing, it will be Raheem Sterling. Sterling, along with Enzo, is one booking away from a suspension. They're on 4 yellow cards. They get booked tomorrow. Either of them get booked tomorrow. They will miss the game against Everton on Sunday. I think, to be perfectly honest, it's highly likely that one, if not both, of those guys will be suspended against Everton. I know that might be slightly negative outlook on things, but I think it's a big ask for Enzo Fernandez not to get booked tomorrow. Maybe a bit of a lesser ask for Sterling, but I think still quite likely. But yeah, look, Sterling. Do you know what's mad stat about Sterling that I've got on that I'll read out to you guys? Man United are the side Sterling has faced most often in his career, all competitions, without ever scoring. 24 games. So Sterling has made 24 appearances against Man United for Chelsea, City, and Liverpool, and he's not scored a single goal. That is mad. Sterling hasn't scored a single goal against Man United in 24 appearances. I'm sure he would have had a lot of chances in those games as well, but it clearly it hasn't quite happened for him. Tomorrow would be as good a time as any for that to be the case, and for that to happen. Come on, Raz. We need something. It's not 4-3 Luton, is it? I mean, you joking? It can't be, can it? Is it 4-3 Luton? No, guys in the chat, let me know. Let me have a quick look on this Twitter. Oh, is it still 3-3? Is it still 3-3? I presume it's still 3-3. Yeah. We need Lavia to be back because I want to see a Caicedo Lavia midfield. Yeah, still 3-3. Nice. Yeah, look, Sterling, 24 games against United, no goals in his senior career. That needs to change as well. That's a ridiculous one. Given the amount of goals that Sterling scored over the years for Liverpool, City, etc., like to not have got a single goal against United in 24 appearances is a mad one. That's a strange one. But yeah, it's another big game for him tomorrow. Didn't think he wasn't great against Brighton. He really wasn't. This is like he's been a bit better in the big games recently. You know, against Spurs he was good. Against City he was good. Wasn't great against Newcastle outside the free kick. But and he wasn't that great against Brighton. So yeah, a couple of games where Sterling's not been that great. So yeah, we do need him to step up and get the job done tomorrow. We absolutely do need him to play a big role. Simple as that. Also, you need you guys to play a big role. We are 10 likes away now from the 50. Come on, guys. Let's run it up. 10 likes away. We've got 30 in the building just about. Come on, people. Let's run it up. If you don't hit 50 likes, guys, and we don't get these last 10, then we're not going to win the game tomorrow. I'm sure you don't want the Old Trafford curse to extend into an 11th year. So, guys, please hit that like button. It's free. It takes seconds. We need 10 more. Come on, people. Let's do it. Let's get it done. Sterling on the right-hand side. Then it's going to be, for me, Cole Palmer in the in the 10 position. Didn't start against Brighton, but he came on. Apparently, there have been rumours of he picked up a slight knock in training, which is why he didn't start. I mean, that was never quantified or anything. We never got any full evidence on that. But yeah, Palmer in that 10 role, I think that's where he's going to do well. Enzo can be feeding Palmer. Palmer can be feeding the likes of Mudryk and Sterling, and also Nico Jackson as well. That's going to be crucial. That is going to be crucial, people. But yeah, Palmer in that 10. Yes, big up to Dearest Devil, my guy. Big yourself up, brother. Thank you for the super chat, as always very generous, mate. So thank you for that. Guys, if you want to guarantee your comment gets read out to help support myself on the channel, then you can also use a super chat function. Doesn't matter how big or small the donation is. If you are feeling generous, guys, then it would be greatly appreciated if you could use the super chat function, people. Or you can become a member of the channel by hitting the link in the description. $1.99 a month to be a member. And the more members I get, we will start doing member-only shows as well. But we need to build up the membership base first. So yeah, people, let's keep doing that, guys. Let's keep doing that. Everyone is harping on our striker, but we also need a solid goalie. Yeah, no, I think Sanchez has not been bad. I really need Cole Palmer to score tomorrow because I don't want Havertz. No, Havertz won't score more goals than Palmer. I wouldn't worry about that. Bro, I can't make a case for it, not at left back. And I don't think he starts at centre back right now. It's not because I don't like Cole. It's not because I don't rate him. I absolutely do rate him. But I think the Silva-Badia-Shield partnership the last couple of games have been good. You don't want to be rotating it too much. And I don't want to see any more of Colwell at left back when we've got Cucurella, who is a left back, and before missing the Brighton game for his suspension was in very good form. And Cucurella deserves to go back into the team at left back. He really does, guys. He really does. It is kind of as simple as that for me. On the left-hand side, we then go with. I mean, look, Palmer's bound to not get a great reception given the Man City links. I'm sure there'll be heavy boos off him. But yeah, let's hope he can thrive off that. Maybe we'll see another one of these little celebrations. If that happens, that would be wonderful. But yeah, look, Mudryk on the left-hand side. And it's good now because Mudryk, obviously, with Palmer not starting, the last game, Mudryk got himself back in the lineup. He had a good game. And now he seems to be looks like he's going to get a little run in the side again, which is fantastic. The last time he had a run, he scored a couple of goals, got an assist and whatnot, and was looking good until he missed a couple of games with a knock, and then Sterling played really well, and he struggled to get back into the lineup. Now he's going to have a chance to stake his claim. If Sterling gets booked, then Mudryk will probably start against Everton as well. So yeah, look, this is another big game for Mudryk. Let's hope that he can stand up, do the business. Like, he makes things happen. He's exciting. You get excited when he's on the ball. That is the reality of the situation. You do get excited when Mudryk's on the ball, and let's hope he can make some more things happen. But look, I'm excited to see this. The pivot, Mudryk, Sterling, Palmer. That's a really exciting three behind the striker. Broja striker. No, I don't think so. I don't think Broja's done enough to start this game. He come in against Brighton and he was horrendous. He was absolutely horrendous when he came on against Brighton. I'm sorry, he was awful, people. And this is not me hating on Broja. It's just the reality. He was poor when he came on against Brighton. He didn't do anything. He didn't do anything. So yeah. It's I can't believe that he's not that people think he should be starting. For me, he doesn't start. He doesn't. I'd be surprised if he started tomorrow. I actually thought Jackson was low-key quite good against Brighton, running his channels well, linking up play well, got an assist, a great header back across goal for the Colwell one. I actually think he was decent. I thought Jackson was good, and I would continue to start him. Maybe you don't start him against Everton, but Broja's not done enough in the games that he's played to warrant a start. In my opinion, guys. Looks like Arsenal started bottling early. Yeah, I mean 3-3 is mad. I mean, look, we will see Broja. We will. He's just not done enough right now. We could see him tomorrow potentially, and maybe we'll see him from the bench. I'm sure, but I just don't think he'll start. I just don't see Broja starting, people. That's just my view, but I don't see Broja starting. I think Pochettino does rate him. I like Broja. He's got good pace. He's strong. He's physical. Holds the ball up well. Look, I think he's got good attributes, but I don't really see him having a long-term future at Chelsea because I think Jackson is ahead of him right now. We're going to sign a top-level striker. You've got Nkunku who can play as a number 9. I personally don't see it. Yeah, look, Broja does need a run. He does need a run, but you've got to earn the right to that run or hope for some luck and you get a run. For example, January, Jackson's off to the Cup of Nations. Maybe that's when Broja gets his run or gets more of a run. Barkley cooking Arsenal, things you love to see. Yep. I hope Mudryk destroys United. Yeah, I don't care who destroys him, just do it. This period's about rotation. A physical forward will be much better against Maguire. Maybe, but then pacing behind Maguire's got no pace. So that's probably better with Jackson, Mudryk, Sterling, Palmer, and whatnot. Jackson is a no-brainer. I agree. Jackson starts for sure. Got an assist last game also. Yep. When do you think Nkunku will play? Bro, I'll be honest. I think the earliest Nkunku's going to play is Sheffield United at home. But if I was being really realistic, I think more likely Carabao Cup or Crystal Palace. Not Nkunku, sorry. Why am I putting Nkunku in there? I wish. I think, look, if I'm being realistic, I think more likely to be Carabao Cup against Arsenal or the Palace game after Christmas. I still think he's maybe a week or two away. I know it feels like he's been ready for ages, but I still think he's a week or two away in Nkunku. I would think Sheffield United is the earliest. Sheffield United or Newcastle for me is in the cup is when I think we'll see Nkunku. What does he have to do to get in start? Look at who did at West Ham. Broja wasn't at West Ham. Do you mean when he was at Southampton? We should also experiment 2 strikers playing in a 4-4-2. I just don't think we're going to see a 4-4-2. I just don't think we'll see a 4-4-2. We have got Preston North End at Stamford Bridge. So yeah, should be a relatively straightforward tie, but you just never know. Guys, we still need these last 10 likes. Come on, people. Why have more people not smashed that like button? Guys, we need 10 more. Come on, people. Let's run them up. The stream's going to round out in the next 5 or so minutes, guys. So make sure you are smashing that like button, guys. We need 50. Come on, people. We need 50 likes. No excuses not to be smashing 50 likes, guys. Come on, let's do it. Let's do it. Sheffield United players low block. We need anything for this game. Yeah, look, no, he did well at Southampton. He had a good first 6 months, and then the second 6 months really wasn't that great. If we're being totally honest, the second 6 months wasn't great. West Ham wanted him. Yeah, they did. Look, I think Bro, he deserves a run at some point to try and show what he can do. But I'm just not fully convinced on him. But look, I've not written him off or anything. But look, when he gets his opportunity, which he probably will get in January with Nicholas Jackson going off to the African Cup of Nations, like he will need to hit the ground running and absolutely make the most of his chances. That much is abundantly clear. That much is abundantly clear. But yeah, let's see what happens with Broja. But yeah, that's the team that I'd go with tomorrow. I'll be totally honest. This is probably one of the easiest Chelsea teams to pick this season, given what's available. It will be interesting to see what Poch does at the back. I suspect he'll pick Colwell, and maybe the Sassy misses out. But this is what I would go with. The only decisions are: does Colwell stay at left back? Does the Sassy replace Badiashile or Silva at the back? Those are the only two decisions that need to be made in this game. The rest of the team absolutely picks itself. And at times, that's going to look more, that's going to be more, realistically, that's going to be more of a 4-2-4, essentially. You just got to hope that, we don't get too overrun in that midfield. I don't think we'll get overrun. Enzo and Caicedo are going to have to get through a lot of work, you would expect. So, yeah, let's wait and see kind of what happens with our system and whatnot. But we've got players in Sterling, Palmer, Mudryk that can cause this United team all sorts of problems. You've got Luke Shaw at centre back. That's going to be problems for United. Dalot and Wan-Bissaka, you can get at these guys quite easily. You're not going to get much help tracking back from Rashford or Garnacho or Anthony or whoever it may be. So, like, if we've got the players in Mudryk and Sterling and Palmer, we can exploit those centre-backs, we can exploit those full-backs, and we've got the players in Enzo and Caicedo to dominate that midfield. So for me, it's not about, are we going to create chances? We absolutely will create chances. This, for me, is going to be, how can we defend set pieces? Can we maintain our discipline? And do we have our shooting boots on? Because for me, if we turn up with our shooting boots on that we've had in the last few games, scoring a reasonable amount of goals, then there's no reason why we don't win this game. And I think, again, shooting on sight, get as many shots on target as possible. You never know what you're going to get from Andre Onana. So, yeah, why not? Why not? That's what we do need to do. That's what we absolutely need to be doing, people. That's what we need to be doing. Enzo is always a striker threat too. Score prediction for tomorrow. My score prediction, I think we'll nick it 2-1. Carabao Cup, I've got absolutely no idea. Maybe 1-0 to us or something like that. But I feel confident we can go through in the Carabao Cup. We've got 3-1 Chelsea, 3-2 Chelsea. Yeah, look, Enzo is a threat. His shooting's a bit wayward at times, but yeah, look, he's proven he's shown in the last game that he can score goals. Yes, one was a header and one was a penalty, but I think that can be a good confidence boost for him. Guys, we need 8 more likes. Come on, people, 8 more likes. Let's get it done, guys. Let's get it done. 8 more likes, people. If you're locked in now and you've not smashed that like button, what are you playing at? Let's get it done, guys. Let's get it done ASAP, people. It needs to be done. It needs to be done, guys. No way should we not be hitting 50. We just need 8 more, people. There's 0 excuses here. 0 excuses, guys. I think Chelsea wins 3-1, going 3-1, 4-2 Chelsea. For me, we need him to run behind the back line of the defences to make the most of his gifts. Yeah. Look, tomorrow, there's absolutely, United's defence have got zero pace. So if we can get in behind, we need to be playing balls over the top for the likes of Mudryk and Sterling to run onto, Jackson to be running onto. He's got a bit of pace as well. We can definitely cause a lot of these. We can cause United a lot of problems with our pace and certainly look to take advantage. That for me is going to be key. Is going to be a key area for us in terms of taking advantage. Let's hope so. Agree that Onana absolutely needs to be tested. No two ways about that. Must be tested, people. Must be tested. What else have we got going on here? But yeah, that's the team that I go with. I think it pretty much picks itself, as I said. Please, can we end the Old Trafford curse tomorrow? It's 10 years and counting since we won there. I don't want to make that trip to Manchester and have to come back, having lost again there or not won again there. That simply cannot be happening, guys. That cannot be happening. But yeah, I'm going 2-1. Sterling, Jackson, Pond with the Chelsea goals and Garnacho getting the only United goal. Yep. I mean, I don't care who gets the goals for us. As long as we get more goals than Man United, that's all I care about. But yeah, people, that's a team that I would go with. I expect Pochettino to, I hope he picks that, but I think Colwell will probably play in this game somewhere. But yeah, it's time to step up tomorrow. It's time to step up. It's time to start stringing a run of wins together, doing our best, people, and showing that this team is ready to take the next step, and that is to go on a run. Let's hope that we can do that, guys. Let's hope that we can do it. Where do you think United could get us? Yeah, counter-attack. United are basically a counter-attacking side. We can't afford to overcommit. We're definitely at threat. There's definitely a threat on the counter-attack. Definitely a threat on the counter-attack. So, yeah, let's hope that we can obviously nullify that. But yeah, the counter is the main threat for United. The counter and maybe set pieces as well, because they've got a few big people and we don't necessarily defend set plays that well. But yeah, guys, I'm going to round this one out there. Please keep smashing the likes. We do need 6 more likes on the stream, guys. So on the way out, could you please smash that subscribe button? Smash that like button. We need 6 more. Please also hit the subscribe button if you're new around here. On the road to 8,000 subscribers. Every new subscriber helps, so please do subscribe if you're new around here. Tell your friends, tell your family, get them all to subscribe, or just take their phones and do it. Whatever you need to do, guys. Subscribe if you can. We need 5 more likes on the way out to hit the 50, so please smash the like button on the way out. Please subscribe to the channel. Let's hope tomorrow the Old Trafford curse ends and we are celebrating a win. Guys, stay tuned for the matchday vlog dropping after the game tomorrow, probably around 11, half 11. It'll be a bit of a late one, but yeah, stay tuned for the matchday vlog and match reaction coming Thursday evening as well, guys. So lots to look forward to over the next couple of days, and then we build up to the Everton game as well. Thanks for your support. Smash the likes on the way out. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Up the Chelsea, and peace out, people.